Okay, well, okay. Well, sorry that we have to leave one behind because she couldn't connect. But never mind. We can include her tomorrow. Yeah. So we lost Edith tonight, but we can invite her back tomorrow. Yeah. So don't worry, Edith. Just watch, maybe. Yeah. So good evening, everybody. It's never perfect, but the most important is we are always here, live. Okay.
Okay, goodbye.
And
Bye. Good
tonight
evening.
our topic is very interesting because it's about lifestyle. Okay, most migrants are seeking to improve their quality of life. Lifestyle plays a role in much migration in terms of the style of life a migrant imagines can be live in the new destination. It is widely experienced by most migrant domestic workers as a desirable location that is wealthy, beautiful, modern, cosmopolitan, and clean. And it is a place where migrant workers can potentially earn more money than they would at home. Place where women experience new freedom and independence, new gendered and sexual roles away from the surveillance they would experience at home. However, if all does not go well, for a variety of reasons, this situation is very different. Tonight, we will explore the kind of lifestyle of migrant domestic workers as well as their families. And tonight, again, I invited guests, and I'm recalling at least three of them actually to so that we can get into more uh, information about the lifestyle of migrant domestic workers here in the UK as well as their families. First in my list, of course, we have again, and we're lucky to bring her back, the beautiful chairperson of the Voice of Domestic Workers and Board of Trustees. Please welcome Ms. Narisa Valerio. Hello, Chair.
Everyone. Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to the spotlight of migrant domestic
Yay.
workers. Hey.
Okay, next in my list is the leader of Media and Communication Working Group and our queen of social media and fashionista. Please welcome Miss Wendy. Hi, Wendy.
Hello, good evening.
And of course, our one of our board of trustees and leader of or head of fundraising working group. Please welcome the beautiful Miss Aida Templanza Senson.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Marisa, Nerissa, Wendy,
Good
Krisha.
evening.
Guys, try to check your camera. It seems very not strong enough, not loud enough. And tonight, of course, we are fortunate to have our sister here. She's, of course, a member of the Voice of Domestic Workers, and she's always present, I think, when we were in Holborn, yeah? But you mentioned you're also attending the ESOL class. Please welcome Miss Indonesia, the beautiful Miss Keswa. Hi, Keswa.
Thank you very much. Hi, good night. Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Evening. Okay. Yeah. So are we ready? Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. So my first question, guys, to you. One major goal you have why you decided to work abroad is to improve the quality of life of your family. Did it actually happen? Please elaborate before the situation before and now. Who wants to begin? Volunteer. Okay, Saida.
Okay. Work abroad as a mother. Work abroad is not easy, but
Make
there is a struggle
try
involved.
to get near the microphone, Saida.
You
It's
couldn't
not.
hear me. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, I decided to work abroad just to give a good future, a good um, uh, lifestyle living
Yeah.
for my kids at home. Okay. Maingay Marisa.
Uh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Guys,
It
sabi ko
happened.
tahimik, di ba?
Okay.
Okay, guys. Sorry. Go.
That's all right. Yeah. Yeah. I should say that yes, 50-50. Yes, it successful, but unsuccessful because when I'm decided to bring them here, I was failure. That's the
Mm,
worst scenario.
yeah.
So but to give them a good future back home because I'm here, yes. But to bring them here is unsuccessful.
Let's go now.
But what about the education side? Did you
Yes, they both because because it lockdown as well in Philippines, so they used to do online. Uh, at the moment, my youngest one, she's supposed to be he's already in the university. It stopped it, and then for the meantime, he just applied temporarily a job at the as a pro or cashier at Jollibee. So it's
mm,
fine for me because they started the school in Philippines by August. So it's fine for me. The eldest one, he's doing as well the online one. And then at the same time, he has part-time job. So it's okay. They are all both okay. I have only two boys. They are already 22 and 19.
but did they ever go to holiday once in a while?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, holiday.
Last
I
time,
supposed to be, yeah, I supposed to be because especially the oldest one because he used to like roaming all around now in all over the Philippines.
uh,
So he went anywhere. So my plan this year supposed to be is we travel Hong Kong, but due to the I canceled everything because of this pandemic. So all at the moment I just sit aside. I just wanted to focus the online classes. As long as things get better now and back to normal, I think it's gonna be all back to reality. Hopefully, hoping.
do you think, Saida, you can afford to do that for your children if you are not abroad?
Of course not. Even I work in Philippines at the time. The salaries that I'm earning is not enough. I di- I did not during their younger or they're small, they're in the elementary. The earning in Philippines or it's a low wages, low income, so it's not easy for them to give them or give them to support their lifestyle back home. So
Hindi ka
this
rin
year
naman
we
kausapin.
have
Hindi na pa ako.
now that they're here, everything is okay.
Yeah, good. Go on. Sorry, guys. Whose phone is ringing?
Is it from you? I think Marisa.
It's mine?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, guys. Sorry. Okay. Who wants to go next? Nerissa, what about you? You've been working quite
Who's that?
I don't know actually who's calling.
It's a
Maybe
welcome.
maybe it's Edith because he's trying to get to
To get in.
send a message.
No, we couldn't let her in already because it's locked in. Unless we redo it again. But Edith, sorry, we can join you tomorrow, yeah? Okay? Because it's already locked in. We couldn't unlock it anymore. Yeah, okay. It seems we're not okay tonight. So many disturbance. Sorry, everyone. And it distract us. Anyway, Narisa, what about you? Did your lifestyle and the lifestyle of your children change?
Yes, there was a big difference before when I was not yet abroad. Life was very simple. Everything was very simple. But then, you know, when you are already working abroad, you dream a lot. You always had a goal for your family, for your children, especially when it comes to education. When they were still in elementary and in the high school, you know, the so-called thing, baon, you know, it's just only 1 peso. Every day is 1 peso. No? But now when things became a little bit different now because I'm abroad, especially when they were already in two is in college, two is in secondary, and one is in elementary. So it really differs a lot. Their budget is already when they were in college is much more higher, like 100 pesos a day, 1 peso to 100 pesos a day. Okay, so and then before is, you know, the tuition fee is also different. While the years is coming or passing by, is the tuition fee is also different. Before is small, it's little, and then when years pass by, when they went to college, tuition fees are becoming higher up. So what I did is I paid their tuition fees cash already by semester. So that's the difference when it comes to education.
Okay.
And then before, there's no yet like transport, you know, they just walk, you know, walking.
Yeah.
And then little by little, when they see the situation already, when life is becoming much easier, so now they take a tricycle. You know, that's the difference. But it depends on how you will let your children live day by day. If you spoil them, then they will let their lives easier too. They don't know the value of hardship.
Okay.
So what I do is, this is it, this that, this is this, this is that. So I don't I don't pamper them a lot. I let them know the value of my hardship, because money is very hard to earn. You have to sweat a lot before you earn it. Okay. And then when it comes to food and clothing, yeah, the same thing. Every month they try to have new clothing or new uniform, which is also compulsory, because of course when their uniform is already been rotten, then of course you have to buy a new one. But as I said, it depends on how you let your children live with a day by day basis. And then I was able to, not boasting, this is in reality, because I see myself already a little bit live in a little bit in comfort. So I have a sibling that their life is more miserable. So I help them, because it's nice to help, you know, it's nice to be a little bit generous. So I have two like nephews, one nephew and one niece that I helped into their studies. I sent them to university. So it's a very happy feeling for me that I achieved that one. I helped them, you know, and I'm not waiting for any return
Mm.
to repay me, you know. And then when it comes to COVID also, what we do here in the Voice of Domestic Workers,
Hold on, Nerissa.
even my salary,
Hold on, Nerissa. What about your own lifestyle? Because I imagine before, maybe which country did you first work?
I worked in Singapore before.
Yeah, I imagine there's a big difference between your working life in Singapore than in the UK. What about
Yes,
yourself? What about is there a change?
the work time, the
Yeah.
hours of work.
And what
In
about
Singapore,
your like you can go out?
it's longer hours in Singapore's, but here is short hours, you know. But there's a time like when if you're in your contract or if you agree together with your employer to work 8 hours, then that's
Mm,
8 hours, it's 8 hours. But
yeah,
if you pass with the 8 hours, then they will pay you.
yeah,
Then they will pay you, and that is an obligatory. It depends also, but some other employers, it depends, you know. But
yeah.
it depends on your mutual agreement. And you know, I love also before when I was in Singapore, in Hong Kong, I also go to party, but partying is much more influenced me here in UK
Okay.
because I join other Filipino communities, other Filipino organizations, you know. So partying is very common.
Yeah,
So I'm also there. Like I consider also myself party goer because I want to meet people,
yeah,
or you might met people that might help you, or you know, you might help.
yeah,
It might help with the organization or to other organization. You know, it's nice. It's nice.
yeah. Okay. Saida, what about you? I think you didn't mention about your lifestyle here. Did your life change when you come to the UK?
Yes, a lot.
So what do you do normally?
Um,
Uh,
oh, there. Okay. I was working Middle East before I came here, United Kingdom. So my employer brought me here. But 2007, if I was
yeah.
like, yeah, yeah, 2007. Now I'm turning tomorrow. I'm turning 14 years. Wow.
Wow.
So
2007.
they brought me here, but because my ikama or the contract ikama, that word ikama in Middle East or
Yeah.
contract here in United Kingdom is they need to be bring it here. So I am living into them, which is what I did in Middle East, and then I look after their kids. So I've noticed it's a big difference between working here and working there. The
Mm,
huge houses that they have in there back to Saudi Arabia, and the flat, only flat,
yeah, in
only
the
flat
UK.
here. So that's a big difference. And then I don't know, like they need to follow because they are here. Of course, they need to follow what's the rules, the regulation of the government. So they giving me off, but I did not because I don't know really everything before. I don't know nothing about United Kingdom. I don't know what's London at the time. I just know only on my mind when I was a kid, London Bridge is falling down. That's it. But but I'm here. Yeah. I I don't know how much the income here at the time. I don't know really.
Yeah.
When I started, when they released me, we have they released me properly. I'm not like, oh, they let me go, whatever. Yeah, they released me in a proper. We have like resigning that they no longer connected on me, so they
Okay.
paying me something like that. So it's a it's a big difference really. And then now when I met um my first employer, they are French British. So I work as a nanny at the time, somewhere close by here in Dean's Park. So that's the time that I know now that I need to renew my visa every year. I have I have 5.5 days to work, 10 hours, because I'm living in at the time, because I need to be living in. I don't know everybody here. As I don't know. But then when I saw my contract that this is God I'm earning, I said, wow, this is a big difference. Like you're earning only like uh like your 2 months salary or 3 months salary from Middle East is your only 1 week or 1 month
1 week
one
salary.
week salary here. So it's a big difference, isn't it? So
Yeah.
I know everybody relate on that. So that's it. That's my life. Now I am okay.
But the hours of work, you have more time. That
Yes,
means you have more time to yourself. But
yes.
what do you usually do with your free time?
Oh, when I the first one, no, 5 years I think, or 3 years,
Mm,
when they released me 209, I started now to join J40W at the time, where the voice of domestic
uh,
worker. So
just
I
a
met
second.
you, Marisa, to
Yeah.
join. So that's 009. That's a start. And
Yeah.
then I don't know also computer. I don't know, and this is what I gonna. I don't know really everything. I don't know how to type. Even my cell phone at that time, if you could remember the Nokia, it's not the touch screen or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like that. I am using that now. When I started work to justice for domestic worker at the time and learning things, that's the time that I improve myself. So I put on my mind, I don't want to stop here. I need to learn more, and
Yeah.
through the help of you guys, with the group, and with the different tutors, I improve myself. I level up.
Yay. So just for our listeners, for our viewers, both Saida and Risa, they are in the old overseas domestic worker visa. Therefore, they have right to settlement and right to British citizenship, and that's the status now. They're now British. So you can see the difference of their employment rights compared to the new ones who came here under the new overseas domestic worker visa in 2012. So there's a big difference between the two. Yeah. So, okay. Uh, Keswa, I want to really find out more about the Indonesian way of living. Are you also the same? Did you also left Indonesia to work here? Or maybe you came from Middle East also, or what? Is it also because you want a better life for your family? Keswa?
Okay. I my goal is to work abroad because I want to improve the economy of my family and for my children go to schools, especially now that I single mom because before I work abroad for my family. Is
Mm,
living expensive. I only sell cake with a little ill and not enough for my family needs.
mm.
Um, and
But did you succeed? Is the life better now the way you wanted?
yes, now better.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I have satu little money and for
Mm,
children, my children, for
mm,
school, for economy. Now COVID
mm.
to
Yeah.
yeah problem in, for working in Indonesia, for also for school, also for economy all because before it's okay, uh, but but now too much problem.
Mm,
And now I working in UK a little better
mm.
for help a family, help my children, help for all all in Indonesia in
Yeah, I
Indonesia.
think it's all the same. Yeah. What about yourself, Vespa? Do you also have time for yourself? Is your work okay? Do you have day off that that you can also go around?
Yeah, I have work. It's okay.
Mm,
Um, Before I'm in after coming to UK, I before in Qatar working. But money, maybe in Qatar little bit salary.
mm,
Now it's okay. In UK, um, I working. mm, Um, my British Iranian.
mm.
She's okay. She's good, nice, and for money, yeah, good. No, no have problem for my salary.
What about you? Do you also sometimes go out with your friends? Do you meet
Yeah,
with your friends?
yeah.
You go around London, UK,
Uh, uh,
sightseeing?
adoption. Yes. Adoption maybe better in UK
Mm.
because in UK I have uh, what that? I have organization. I have also
Organization.
to school. School
Yeah.
English school, student Arabic also.
Mm.
Yes, I have any communication. Uh, Yani better in adoption from UK.
Yeah. We're very lucky to have a very good volunteer tutor facilitator. In English class, he's Robin Sibatalan. But also he is a community organizer. That's why he understands better your situation, guys. Anyway, let's go to our Miss Fashionista. Miss Fashionista, what about uh, are you become fashionable here in the UK only or way back in wherever country you come from? And how about your goal for your family? Did the life change for the better now that you are abroad?
Um, since I'm working as call center agent in the Philippines, yeah, my the way um my clothes are almost the same, but the problem it's like I couldn't buy like designer items,
That one,
the
yeah.
branded ones. I just sometimes I need to go to the the okay okay or the charity shop sometimes to look for dress, or if we have something that like uh, party. Sometimes I couldn't attend because I couldn't afford to buy like a gown, like new shoes and everything. But yeah, the way I my clothes is it's almost the same. And my one major goal, or I think this is not one, it is too much actually. But the most three reasons my goal why I decided to work abroad is to have my own house, because it's really hard that you are only staying for
Relative.
in for the relative or for the other house that anytime that oh, you go away, you go vacate this house. We don't need you anymore like this, especially if you are not giving money, or you're not, you know, you didn't support them like that. Secondly is to prepare the future of my children. I want the best education for them. I don't want them to like, because for me, I want to be a nurse. But since my mother couldn't enroll me for that nurse because um, the tuition fee is higher. Yeah, and then
Expensive.
yeah, expensive medical course. So um, I want my children to what course they need, I can provide for them. And the thirdly is to have the family business, especially for my mom. And I'm so happy that I can give what my mom wants. I'm helping her to build her house. I I want a while ago I bought her flat screen TV, like I don't know, 45 inches, and I'm so happy to see her the smile on her face.
Yeah.
So yeah, because my mom has lots of dreams that she couldn't do before, and I want to continue her dreams because I am here right now. At when I was working in Saudi Arabia, I am giving her only support for them, but in expensive things I couldn't give what they want. But when I here in UK, um, I can assure that I can give whatever they want, especially for my children.
What about you, Wendy, for yourself? What gift you have? It's your work condition better here. Before the lockdown, let's talk about the lockdown later. Before lockdown, are you able to see London or what?
Yeah, every day off or every Sunday, I am attending the activities of the Voice of Domestic Workers, and I can do selfies, groupies with them. We can eat together as one family. And after that, we can go anywhere. We can do shopping. We can eat outside. We can eat in the restaurant or go into the house of the other friend. But right now, I couldn't because I'm 1 year lockdown.
I remember, guys, I brought one of the new rat. We just rescued her, and I brought her to one of the. It's not really a restaurant. You know, the with different rice and already in the bowl with noodles. With there's even a sushi, and then so I say we need to eat first before go we go home. And then is this very expensive? She asked me. I say, no, it's okay. It's just £5 something. So it's fine. Well, £5 something is it's already quite expensive, but it's okay compared to our salary here in the UK. And then, huh? It's not much. And you know what? Before with my employer, I was just standing and they wouldn't even buy me this. And it's not that really kind of cost of £50. It's £5. Yeah, so you can see, guys, how they've been denied of food. You know, you imagine the employers are eating and then she's just watching them eating. Yeah, so is so when she managed to escape, of course, she found out everything about her rights. Then, of course, she is also like you. She's in better condition now. Yeah. So thank you for sharing, guys. My next question would be, uh, have you, um, because you are now in the UK, how did you manage to or did you really adapt to the way of living, to, as Western people, how did you manage to adapt to the Western way of living here? Like maybe in terms of food, in terms of language, in terms of the way they are here.
Winter, cold.
Yeah. Yes, Saida, you want to go first?
Yeah, at first, oh, I hate it. It's cold.
How
I
was it
couldn't.
the first
I
time?
couldn't go out. I couldn't go out without wearing a coat, a hat, gloves, a scarf. Well, because you've been from Philippines, which is hot. You've been from Middle East, which is hot. Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
came here, it's cold. So that's the first thing that I couldn't adapt. The first I stepped down to the heathrow. It's cold, and then but slowly, and also the food, because British people, they used to
Mm,
eat salad bread.
mm,
I am
yeah.
Filipino, of course. Mine is rice, but I managed that because you are living in. You need to be, what they have is what you got as well. So, um, fish or whatever, British food or European food, it's fish and chips or whatever that. So that's the I remember the time that when they cooking, and then you just looking, and then they, oh, this is our lunch, so there's no rice at the time. So again, it's a fish and chips or a salad or a bread, or whatever in that. So in my mind, how could I eat it? Because Filipinos, morning, lunchtime, dinner, having
Rice.
a rice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is true, even to the Middle East. They used to have rice as well. So when I'm here and I got my employer, a British branch, so everything has a change. So, and also the weather, but slowly, I did it.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Nerissa? What's your experience?
It's the same, first thing is the weather.
Mm,
I hate winter.
mm,
Vitamin D is lacking. Not like in Philippines, you have to use umbrella. But
mm,
here, no. So it's also affect, because you have to adapt. You have to go with the flow, everything, because we are in a different country. So in culture, it also differs from the culture of the Filipinos. The language, their English really British, and it's different also from the American language when they like some of the stuff of the clothing, and I said, if they tell me to get me what do you call it, tracksuit, I
mm,
said, what tracksuit?
Cruisers.
What tracksuit? you know or
yeah.
let's say trousers. I know it's pants, but
Yeah.
trousers.
Yeah.
Do you need the jeans? I said jeans. you know so English, the language also, yeah, we have to adapt it, and then little by little, sometimes when they're talking to my boss is talking to me, and she's a fast talker, and I
Yeah.
said, excuse me, sorry, I didn't understand what you said, can you say it again? you
Mm,
know Not like also the Chinese, because I work also in Hong Kong and Singapore. you
yeah.
know in Hong Kong, they have to demonstrate, like, go to market, buy the, like this,
What's that?
and they said, what's that? It's chicken wings.
Chicken.
you know Chicken wings. So it's very funny,
Yeah.
so you have to learn. And then when I work also in Jordan, is also a language barrier, because
Mm,
I work with different people, different nationalities.
mm,
So I work mostly with the Sudanese and Arabs, because our butlers are mostly Sudanese. So they know a little bit of English, but they're not fluent talkers. So when we speak or when we have a chat, there is a sign language, you know. So especially when our cook, she doesn't speak English well, so sometimes I scratch my head, you know, because I couldn't understand, or my other way of understanding what they're telling me is to write in a paper. I think that's the best thing I did, because at least I can understand what they're telling me and what they want to implies. And then you know, sometimes also you know, in the kitchen there are stuff like kitchen stuff that they use, like a colander.
Exactly. Yeah.
Colander. Like when I got my accident, I had a carer, you know. So when my boss, she asked her to help her in the kitchen, you know, because I can't work because I am bedridden. So she asked her to help her to get the colander, and said, I can hear them shouting each other because she cannot understand what the employer is saying. The colander, you know. So it's also difficult to adapt, you know, their culture too. And in terms also in restaurant, it's also different, you know. So we need to learn everything. So there's always a loophole to learn everything.
I think transport is a little bit easy to
Transport,
follow,
yeah,
yeah.
transportation, like here,
From
transportation is very, yeah, it's very accessible. And if you remember that there is like jump in, jump out,
yeah.
you know, just buy your ticket and then jump in, and then if you want to stop in another place, jump out, and then you want to get jump in. But in countries that I've been, it's different. So when I was in other countries like in Singapore, I very seldom go back home late. But here I experience coming back home like 11:30, 12 midnight, you know. And then here you can go anywhere because transportation, trains, buses are very accessible. There is also a night bus, as they call it. So there is a big difference too, you know. And then food, I already adopt also salad, you know, as my everyday food, you know. But before, because of course Filipinos, staple food is rice. We cannot live without rice. So that's why other nationalities, they will say, "What? You're eating rice again?" And why you're not fed up with the rice? And then I said, "Oh, rice is our staple food. But as you just can eat bread, you know." But
Yeah.
for us, we cannot survive without rice sometimes, you know.
Mm.
Even just a scoop or a small bowl of rice, we're very happy already if we have the rice
Yeah.
that goes with our dishes.
Okay. How about you, Keswa? Are you hearing the same? What about you? Is the food a problem? The language is a problem?
The same. But for me, language, because are you know my little language English. The
Yeah.
problem language, and but I learn a little bit. The same when I have problem working, uh, my job, yani, my boss, she asking this problem. But now I have little English right, yani, but for eating, yes, same the same. You know, have rice, like rice, no bread, no. Um, and but for food, I make different because sometimes I don't like food in the UK.
Mm,
Yeah, I
English food.
yeah.
food in the easy. I like food Chinese. Okay, I like.
How about the weather? Are you happy with the weather? Are you happy with the weather? We have beautiful weathers. Spring, summer, autumn, winter.
Winter for winter, too much very good because in Indonesia, I'm hot, warm and hot. We don't have cool, but in UK very cool. When I want go to job and when want to go for go shopping for go, go out, this problem. Why? Because very cool. Sometimes I don't want. I don't want to, because yeah, I don't like too much cool. I
Yeah.
have problem for what
Ears.
for, yeah, I have headache when I have cool very much. You
I
know.
Mm,
think sinus.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, sinus.
Okay. But about you, Wendy, do you have difficulties in adapting life here in the UK, or you enjoy your life?
Yeah, it takes me some time to adapt the Western living. I agree with them. I agree with Ate Nerissa, Ate Saida that it's very hard to adapt the weather at first. But also, I just need to share the accent. Yeah, it's
And
different because I used to when I was working in call center agent. When I am call center agent, we used to the American language,
American.
and
Mhm.
yeah, when I
yeah,
came here, it's more
British
yeah, yeah,
accent.
British accent. So, um, one time, the delivery man asking about the parcel, but the way he pronounced it's like parcel. What puzzle? I'm thinking it's crossword puzzle. Why you are
Pass.
asking me about puzzle? I don't play puzzle, crossword puzzle. He do like this to me, puzzle, puzzle. Oh, and then I said, oh, parcel. Oh, like
Box.
box, like this
Delivery box.
box. Yeah, and then that's the time I understand him. And also, I need to share the transportation,
yeah.
the train. It's like going out, going here, going. So, so my caseworkers just follow the sign way out in Stratford. But when I went to Stratford, there's a lot of way out. I said, where I gonna go? There's a lot of way out. I said, oh, I'm lost. Yeah, yeah, ate, I'm lost that time. So she said, okay, stand by wherever you are. I gonna come with you. So she asked me, where am I? I said, I'm here at like this. So it's very difficult for me at first. But when I learned to how to travel alone, especially alone, I just follow the sign, the map like this and like that. So right now, yeah, I'm already adapt the
Now you have
Western
already the
living.
go. Now you have already the go to Google it in your phone.
No one, no one
Google,
experienced. No
yeah,
one remember the mind the gap between the train and the
mind the gap,
platform.
Mind
yeah,
Mind the gap.
yeah,
Yes,
mind the gap.
I have this. I think when I first worked in my remember Rebecca, yeah. When I first worked with them, it was winter and everything in the garden was dead. So I cut everything, yeah. And kind of my employer was happy. Oh, Marisa, you fixed the garden so nicely. I thought I cut it because I thought it's all
Dead.
dead. I'm like, oh,
But it's all
this wasn't dead. So I said, oh, don't worry, it will grow in the spring. Yeah, that was my experience. And then in terms of language, really, like the language that I was different. Like comforter is duvet. Yeah, comforter is duvet. Comforter in
Yeah.
American.
duvet, yeah, duvet.
Vacuum in American English and Hoover here.
Hoover,
Hoover.
yeah. Yeah.
So those the kind of really big difference in
Also the GP and the doctor,
yeah, JP, yeah,
Yeah.
solicitor
exactly.
and the lawyer.
Solicitor, lawyer is
The boots.
yeah,
The boots. What boots?
yeah. Okay,
And
guys.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
the CR, the comfort room.
A
Yeah,
comfort room.
toilet,
Yeah, the comfort room.
Yeah.
Here it's toilet or lavatory.
Laboratories. Yeah.
Yeah,
or
lavatory.
Laboratory.
the
Oh.
elevator on the left. Oh, that's
Dale.
Yeah, the lift and the elevator. Where's the lift and the right?
And loo, it's
Yeah.
only loo.
No,
Loo.
yeah.
Toilet.
Toilet, yeah.
Toilet, yeah.
Yeah, anyway, that was great. Okay, my third question, guys. Do you often experience being discriminated as a domestic worker and being a migrant? Did you experience any discrimination? Who wants to go first? Wendy.
As a migrant, I think I experienced in one store.
Mm.
That's a famous stores here in United Kingdom. And when I pay £50, she ripped it.
Yeah, yeah, I remember
Yeah,
it.
you remember, Te? I'm
Yeah,
just new that time, and then she ripped. I asked, why you rip my money? She said, I asked her why you rip my money. She said, I just need to make sure that it's not fake. I said, it comes
I
from the
remember, yeah.
bank. Yeah, and you already checked it by the scanning machine. You already scanned it but why you still rip it? And then since I am new that time, and I was afraid and I'm scared about the police. Maybe they're gonna call police because I know it's like I don't know if money laundering. I think.
Money laundering.
Yeah, if I
That's a
paid
fake money,
fake.
yeah.
Yeah. So I took back my money, the £50, and then I paid the 20 bill. So but I'm just worried because maybe I couldn't change it to my employer. I couldn't give it back to him to
Mm.
change the money. So it's lost like £50. It's like £3,000 more in the Philippines. So it's like this. So I'm just
Yeah, yeah.
hoping that yeah, I'm hoping that my employer gonna change it, and I'm luckily that he changed it. And
Mm.
as a migrant, as a domestic worker, um I experience because
Humiliation.
my past, yeah, they humiliate me and then discriminate me, and it's very hard to accept that that one person told me that I don't have mind for just like this mistake. I
Mm.
couldn't accept that oh, you don't have mind, you do like this, you are a lazy person and you cook rubbish. So it's hard for me to accept that. And but since I'm the type of person that I don't want to argue with them. I just keep on silent, and then but when pag puno na ang salop, when my anger and my emotions higher, I told her that if you don't want me, if you don't like me, and I'm not good enough, okay, I gonna resign. And that's the time they changed their attitude towards me. Maybe it's because it's like you need to voice out, you
Mm.
need
Yeah.
to stand, yeah, you need to stand your rights here in UK. So yeah, I experienced that. But the more you accept the abuse, the more they're gonna abuse you, like that. So you need to reach your voice.
Yeah. Uh, what about you? I think Wendy, if that experience when it happened again, the cheater of your money.
Yeah,
You think you will fight back now
I think I can.
because you were new at the time, yeah?
Yeah, I was new that time. So, and I am so scared about the police, and I know my status
And,
here. Yeah, I don't know anything. Yeah, but right now, since I know my rights,
mm,
I can fight back with her. And I forgot her face already, so I couldn't. But I know the place where she worked. But I forgot her name. But if yeah, I want to pay again 50 pounds.
you
And then she
you
repeat
pay
again.
me, yeah,
Yeah,
pay me.
yeah.
What about you, Tessa? Did you experience like that as well, discrimination? Did people look down on you? Did you experience it? You hear me, Kiswa?
Sorry,
Did you explain people not good to you because your color is different, you're a migrant, or did people look down on you because you are a domestic worker? Some people look down on us, on
uh,
domestic workers. They don't really value us.
for lockdown before
Yeah.
nice after lockdown uh, go to school, domestic work, go to organization community Indonesia, and go to shop like that. But I think so better now. Now
Mm.
uh, for COVID, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Did you experience any abuse from your employer in
my employer,
yeah, before?
Discrimination.
Yeah.
and my employer,
It's like
uh,
there's a master and you're a slave relationship because they feel they are above us. Yeah. Do you experience that kind of abuse with your employer?
my employer, this is okay. Uh, but I have problem just language English. But
Mm,
for what that for visa,
mm,
for anything else, she my boss, she want to help me, but
mm.
problem for me.
Yeah. So at least you have a good employer. What about when you go outside? Are there people you encounter that is not being nice to you?
This nice, I good.
That other people that you don't know. Do you experience something like that? That they treat you, that they speak not nice to you? They speak bad things to you.
This speak nice for me
Mm,
because see now I don't have anything, and then uh, I not speak English language not good. It's nice for me. What
I think
Maybe the
I can understand that because I did experience like Marisa, you learn Italian language, and I refused to learn the Italian language because I said when the grandmother live with us, then I will learn because the grandmother couldn't speak English. Yeah, but the grandmother is visiting only, so it's fine. The reason why I don't want to learn the Italian language is because I want the family to have privacy. Yeah, that they talk. I couldn't understand why if they're discussing their own problem, then I don't have to understand that. I don't have to know that. Yeah. So that was my reason. So if ever like my male employer got angry, even if he said bad words, although he is not bad, he's a good one. But if ever he said bad words, then I didn't really understand. So I think it's the
Don't
same
care.
for the same for Esther because she couldn't understand the language. Then I think she doesn't feel that kind of language discrimination. Yeah. So
Yeah, language
what about
discrimination.
you, Nerissa? You experienced any discrimination?
I don't know whether this one is really discrimination, you know, when my when I was first employed by my first employer, you know, I was deprived of taking of my registering for my national insurance,
Mm,
and so that I can take also my tax number,
mm,
you know, because maybe she thought only because I am a domestic worker. So maybe, okay, the habit of saying later, tomorrow, 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 and that tomorrow got no end. So
Never comes.
I ended up of
not
with
having,
no
yeah.
tax and national of not having national insurance. So when I got sick, you remember when I told you when I was um, admitted to Chelsea in Westminster Hospital, because I got no national insurance and tax number, which is it's her responsibility that she should have my tax paid, because without it, so she never paid. So when I was discharged, and after a year, because I just came out, I was discharged in the hospital without any problem. But after a year, I was billed out with £5,000. So I think this is one way of discrimination, because she
Mm,
deprived me of taking care and of having registering in the for my national insurance and tax number.
mm,
And then, you know, because I was under the old domestic old DW visa, so
mm,
this is my rights, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But then how come I've experienced it? So
Mm,
employer is abusive, you know.
yeah.
So when that bill came in after a year, and then who is responsible? I charged her, you know. So she paid it because she knows it's a responsibility. If it's not her responsibility, who cares? She will not pay for it, isn't
Mm,
it?
yeah.
Another thing is in the hospital too, when I got my accident in 2011, one of the staff nurse during the night, uh, because I know I can understand she is alone, you know.
Mm,
So we are like 10 patients, you know. But I am a kind of person that I don't depend on other people if I can do it.
mm,
So my scratching stick, you know, which is I use it to scratch my back when I cannot reach it, has fallen down from the floor.
yeah,
So when she came to my bedside mate,
yeah,
and I approached her and called her very nicely,
yeah.
that I said, "Excuse me, can you help me?" And then she came in, and then I asked her to, "Can you please pick up my scratching stick?" And then you know what she replied? "Why don't you pick up yourself?"
Mm,
So what does she think of me? So that is discrimination, because she knows that I am bedridden and
mm,
I cannot pick up.
mm,
Why should she tell me that I should pick up myself? What
mm,
do you call her? You know?
yeah.
So one time, and then another scenario is I need I need a loo. So there is like, what do you call that one? The round one that you will use to pee, to wee, even
Mm,
if you are in bed, you know, the wee basin, the basin, you know.
basin, yeah.
I ring my bell. Yeah, I ring my bell because I need really help, because I'm urgent. My wee is coming out already. So but I had to hold it because the nurse is still not yet coming, you know. And then she said to me also, when she came in and she gave me the basin, and she said to me, "Why you always ask for it? You know, why should I will not ask it if I cannot if I will not need it?"
You
You know,
can.
and then so yeah, so I remember her and I remember the scenario. So when the when the morning routine came in,
You
when the
lost you.
morning routine came in, so uh, they came to me with a supervisor. Yes. So after reading my history in the lag book, and then when they are done, and I raised my hands and I said, "Excuse me, can I say something?" And then they all they turned all their back to me and
Mm.
came into me again closer. And I said to them, "Is it a sin if I always used to ask a basin?" I said, and then they said to me, "Why?" Because the staff for today, for last night, she complained and she talked to me very rude. And then they asked me, "Who is that staff?" And who is that nurse? And I said, "Not important. I just only asked you, is it not okay to ask the basin if I need it?"
Mm.
You know? So it's not really okay because you are a patient and they are the nurses and they are the staff, that their responsibility and obligation is to look after the welfare and the patient. It's not to be not to let them more depressed. It's
It,
just only a matter of giving the basin.
it's a discrimination.
So it's a discrimination for me, that yes, it's
Yeah.
it's really visible. It's really visible.
How about you, Saida? Do you have experience also? Because Saida
Uh,
is
not
smooth,
really,
yeah.
not
You
really a
can
discrimination
find.
maybe, but the first employer, the one that after my Arab employer is, if you could remember Miraluna's case, that
Yeah.
um, my employer sent me to work at the office.
Mm.
The visa that I'm holding at the time, or us, we're starting
Overseas.
for a private household in domestic, yeah. So we're
Yeah.
not allowed to work at the office.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm.
you need to remember on that. So my employer sent me to work at the office. So at the time, Mira Luna is on her situation, that in a case, which is that's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
the you remember Maris at
They,
the
they,
time, isn't it?
they put
Yeah,
her
that's
in the office of her employer, but she wasn't really working.
yes,
It just happens she was there.
exactly. So
Yeah.
that I learned from that Mira Luna's story, that I need to talk to my employer, not to sending me
Mm.
to work to their office, because I am not part of that visa. I
Mm.
don't think so. It's a discrimination, but at least I know it on the time what is my right. So um, at the beginning, I spoke to them that if you don't want to pay to the government, because or else the government will you are breaking the law of the government. You need to
Mm.
follow that. So just don't send me to that to work, because it's like a storage, something like that. It's a big,
Mm.
so, and they use my time because I'm living in, so she's using my time to work in there rather than inside the house. So at least I
Yeah,
know
you're
it because of
resting on it.
Miranda. I spoke to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the that's the story.
You know what, guys? I always say this, that we cannot walk around with this, yeah, with this
Yeah.
British passport in our foreheads of people. Yeah, because I went to ASDA and then the security asked me to show a receipt. Can I see your receipt? And then he asked me to take off my sweater. Yeah. So I take it off and I'm wondering why. I was wondering why, maybe that's dirty or what. But when he asked for receipt, I know exactly what he's trying to say. It so happened that my sweater was not Asda. It was Marks and Spencer. Yeah. So,
the
but
label.
I was already offended, yeah, because it's like you are being accused as a shoplifter, yeah, and then,
Shoplifter.
yeah, and I was angry and say, do you also want to check my body, my underwear? I scream, I scream because I was angry, yeah. And then he quickly go away. But I wasn't satisfied. I checked that online, I asked where I could complain, it's really, it's really offensive, yeah.
Mm.
So I think if things like that happen, guys tries to, yeah, and I think we all learn where, but right, I think that was last year only, last year. You're
Yes,
talking
yes,
this way, yeah. I think for
yes.
Wendy, I think we can understand because she was new, yeah, she was
Mm.
scared. But I think now, if you can fight back already. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, of course.
thank you, everyone. So our fourth question, which I think very timing, did the lockdown affected your lifestyle? What advice you can give to all women to keep fit and healthy? So I think maybe answer the first question. Did the lockdown affected your way of living here in the UK? Saida, you want to go first?
Yeah, for me is you need to love yourself. That's the best thing you could do. Once you love yourself, you know how to, uh, like, you need to know how to be on your own. Like, you need to be like you're on diet, you're on a balance. You need to look after yourself, something like that. You're not like, what do you call that? Like, in Tagalog, uh, um, like, you need to be pretty, not like a pretty as beautiful as you, because you have work. So just look after yourself, and then once you do that, everything will begin to run smoothly, by your work, by your family, by your life, your boss, the kids that you look after, and all things, your the people surround you, everything will goes, like, in the right track, something like that. So that's for me. You need to love yourself, and also maybe that, during, because the pandemic at the time,
Mm,
uh, maybe we should, more extra care, rather than now. It's we couldn't do anything. So, uh, as what I've said before, challenge yourself to do like even 1 hour or half an hour, to do like, to have an exercise. And if you
even
have a
in the
free
garden.
time like Saturday and Sunday, do 1 hour, as long as you feel well,
Mm, okay.
and
And
continue on that. Because me, I am adventurous.
yeah. What about you, Keswa? Did the lockdown affected you?
Uh,
Affected your life?
of course, it affects because I am afraid and very careful. Be careful to go and meet anyone. Anyone. Uh, my advice to all women: uh, maintain health, be eating, nutrition, food, and positive thinking,
Mm,
and be careful for maybe you go to friend, you go to shopping, or you go to out,
mm.
uh, just like that.
Yeah, are you less, that means you're less active now than before. You're more
Uh,
active before because
before,
there's so many restriction.
yeah, before I act too much active, but now no,
Yeah.
just
Saida, did that affected your active life, the lockdown? Because you have a very active life.
No, 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 it didn't. I gained 3 kilos.
So you have less movement now.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
but now at the second pandemic, turned me back now, especially that now I have to do the 3.7 kilometer a day until the second of April. So I need to do that to reach, because we have a goal
Is
with
that
the race. Yeah,
three kilometer is by run or by jog, by walk?
It doesn't matter what you're gonna do, by walk or by run. It doesn't matter as long as you got a 3.7 kilometer a day.
How many hours
But
is that?
Saida, I always input, my input always is 4.35,
As long as you
which
used to
is
do it,
still not enough, you know.
4 kilometer is fine. So it's like
How
it
many
depends on you
hours?
how,
1 hour?
like 1 hour is fine. It depends on you how you manage to do that, like you skipping or whatever. As long as 3.7, 1 hour is the best. So
Yeah.
uh, do that every day, because
Yeah.
if you want a healthy living, you want a healthy life, you need to look after yourself to
Okay.
become more healthy.
How about you, Miss Chair? Is your life less active during the pandemic?
Physically not really affected, and financially not really also affected, because you know why? It's just only self-discipline, you know.
Yeah.
Even because it's very structural during this kind of pandemic, that everybody was um, they're like we're prisoners inside our house, you know.
Mm.
So it's not being prisoners, it's you're gonna be also
Unsafe.
really a prisoner. Yeah, because there are a lot of things to do. Even if I'm inside my room, I had a bike here, so
Mm.
I do the bike, you know. Even if I had a pelvic fracture, I lie down here on my
Like that.
carpet, you know. But I do it slowly. I do it slowly, because if I do it very hard, my pelvic operation will have to move. So it's not really affected, because once you set your mind to be affected, you can develop anxiety, you will be develop depression, you know.
Yeah.
So there was you know, my friends in barista, they, you know, they managed to group a crochet training online, you know.
Mm.
So I did include myself in that training online, you know. And
Mm.
then sometimes a lot of moments inside your room, because you can clean your room entirely.
Mm.
Those areas that you don't clean, you can clean it.
You can clean
And
them.
we have a garden, and we have a garden outside. So even if we are not allowed during the lockdown to go out, we are very lucky that we have the garden.
Yeah.
So during my 2 days off, when I get up in the morning, I do my morning ritual, make my coffee, yeah,
Mm.
or bring my coffee outside the garden. And then there is a big punching bag outside, which is belongs to tea.
Mm.
So I do manage to exercise myself, you know. And
Okay.
then during
Nice.
the unlock of lockdown, you know, when they open the doorway to minimize the lockdown, so we can go to the park. So the park is very close by, you know. And
Mm.
then you have also to set yourself to be positive, you know, because thinking very positively, it will contribute your hormone to be also to be healthy, and eat healthy, you know. Don't drag out yourself into idleness, laziness,
Mm.
because it will just make yourself dry out.
Yeah, true. What about you?
So your beauty also will become dry out.
That's the
So be
secret of
positive
our
only.
share.
Yeah,
Yeah. What about you?
being only positive.
Yeah. How are you all this almost 1 year locked inside the house? How are you coping?
Yeah. It's totally affects my lifestyle. because you know, as I've told you before, that I'm always attending the activities
Yeah.
the Voice of Domestic Workers, having selfies, groupies with the members, and going out after. But when pandemic happens, it's all gone, and I'm locked down for almost a year, or I think a year now, because
A year
now it's
now.
March,
Yeah.
and it really affect my psychologically. It really affected me. But I was thinking that this pandemic couldn't defeat me. Yeah.
Mm,
So
get it.
so actually my favorite quote is like
What's your
my goals
message?
is
How do
biggest.
you yeah, what are you doing to kind of yeah, aside from attending the classes? I know you and I have given you a lot
TikTok.
of work. What have
TikTok.
you been doing?
TikTok.
Yeah. So every
TikTok.
Sunday, even though I cannot go out, I want to make sure that once I'm in front of the class, I'm wearing like this
You
dress.
look
I'm always
beautiful.
wearing, yeah, I look beautiful, because and I'm doing selfie because that's my reflection of my every week. You know, if I am suddenly I see myself that, oh, Wendy is not pretty today, I need to do something new like that. So I need to solve it right away. So
Okay.
I need to
You need to
remove
you
the
need to be stand up that you need to be stand
I
up that Wendy as your Miss Beauty
Is
pageant of the
is the
voice.
voice
yeah,
of
miss the
domestic
voice of
worker.
domestic workers, yeah.
Yeah,
And
that
yeah, I need to solve it right away. So yeah,
she's
that's it. I
the
do
she's the
TikTok,
reigning
yeah, part,
yeah,
Winning crown of the
reigning
voice.
yeah, I'm the
crown,
reigning
Miss the
You
Voice.
need to stand up for that.
yeah.
So next day when we're locked down, we can do another event so when they can
Yeah,
pass the
so
crown.
I can pass my
Okay,
crown.
guys, let's yeah. It's getting late, but let's do fast talk. Keswa, they know how to play this one, but you just need
Yeah,
to choose one.
Ate, how about the message for everybody?
Later, hold on. Let's do
Fast
fast
talk.
talk first, yeah? Okay, Saida, you just need to choose one or none of the above or both, Keswa, yeah? Saida, nanny or housekeeping? Hurry up.
Nani.
Wendy, nanny or housekeeping?
Nani,
Hurry up.
I'm
Nani.
Nani.
Uh, Marisa, nanny or housekeeping?
Housekeeping.
Keswa, nanny or housekeeping?
Nanny and housekeeping.
Oh, okay. Dress
Both.
or tracksuit, Saida? Hurry
Sorry?
up. Dress or tracksuit?
Oh, tracksuit.
Wendy, dress or tracksuit?
Of course,
Tracksuit.
dress.
Marisa, dress or tracksuit?
Dress.
What about you, Keswa? Dress or tracksuit?
You know me, dress and tracksuit.
Tracksuit. Okay. Okay. Pub or restaurant? Chair. Pub or
Both
restaurant
because I love eating
and drinking. It's
and
fun.
drinking too. But yeah, sometimes
Not
not
that
too
much.
often.
Yeah.
Moderation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Keswa,
not too
do,
often.
do you go to pub or restaurant?
Mine is
Restaurant.
restaurant. Yeah, restaurant.
Restaurant. What about you, Saida? Pub or restaurant?
Restaurant because I did not drink.
Okay. Pub or restaurant?
Restaurant, because my husband gonna kill me.
Keswa, singing or dancing?
Singing and dancing.
Oh, when we have event, watch out for
Dance.
Keswa. Pila sing and dance. Saida, singing or dancing?
Both.
Wendy, singing or dancing?
Both.
Chair, singing or dancing?
Dancing.
Next, Wendy, spa or shopping?
I think both.
Spa.
Mag-isip.
How about you, Saida? Spa or shopping?
Spa, I need to relax.
What about you, Keswa? Spa or shopping?
Pa.
Chair, spa or shopping?
Shopping.
Yoga or jogging? Keswa, yoga or jogging?
Jogging.
What about you, Saida? Yoga or jogging?
Both.
Wendy, yoga or jogging?
Jogging.
Nerissa, yoga or jogging?
Jogging.
Wendy, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Saida, coffee or tea?
Tea.
Keswa, coffee or tea?
Tea.
Nerissa, tea, coffee or tea?
Kopi ko.
Wendy, choose wisely, yeah, if you don't want to continue to grow. Fruits or chocolate? I just gave you one box of chocolate.
Chocolate.
Fruits or chocolate?
Chocolate.
Saida, fruits or chocolate?
Fruits.
Guess what? Fruits or chocolate? Nerissa, fruits or chocolate?
Fruta.
Aha. Saida, house or car?
Of course, house first. How can I park the car if there's no house?
Wendy, house or
House.
car?
House, of course.
But guys, there are so many people buying, they're just renting and they rather have a car, you know? What about you, Nerissa, house or car?
House, of course.
Esra, house or car?
House.
Okay.
No.
You can only choose one here, yeah?
Why?
Yeah. Work or family?
Work.
Together.
Well,
Work. Because how could you help them if you don't have work? How could you?
your
how could you
family
give-
die.
Yeah, you need to work because of your family.
Yeah. Okay, Wendy, work or family?
Work.
Now they are remember you choose family.
No, I choose work.
How
I
about you,
choose work
Wendy?
because I work for
Work
them.
or family?
Sorry?
Or family? Nerissa, difficult to choose.
Okay. I thought Kisha. Yeah, the first day I choose family. Yeah.
Now?
But now I realize also, although because you said I cannot choose two, I will choose one.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna stick to that, I will choose my family because even if you will have work, if you don't have family, how?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's true. It depends on how you
yeah,
define the answer, yeah?
yeah. So that's why,
Yeah.
Defense
Okay.
mechanism.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It's like
it
sometimes
it, it goes both sides, you know.
your family give you threaten you to like you if you don't come home now you will never see us again. So what are you going to do
Yeah.
in that
So yeah,
situation?
no. Sometimes
Yeah.
on a case basis, you know.
Yeah. What about you, Keswa? Work or family?
I work in family.
Family. Okay. Okay, guys. Last is your message to all women for International Women's Day. Who wants to go first? I think Wendy, you go first. Your message.
Okay. Yeah. Difficulties do not come to destroy you, but to help you to realize your hidden potential power. Let the
Mm.
difficulties let the difficulties that you are too difficult. It's almost the same of your my goal is biggest than my problem. Yeah. So
Okay.
also I just need to tell for every women out there that you are not just a woman or you are not just a woman. Keep that in your mind. You are woman. We don't have world if woman or women doesn't exist, right? So happy International
What
Women's
about you,
Day.
Saida? What about you, Saida? What's your message to everybody?
Stay positive, work hard, and make it happen.
Mm.
Stay positive during now because it's a pandemic. So
Mm.
you need to be positive all the time. Whatever happen, stay well. Um, work hard because you have families need to support. They needed you. So you need to work hard on that. And it will make things happen. And then stay focused, whatever you done. Because me, I am adventurous. I have an adventurous life. So once it didn't work for 2 years, 3 years, I need to change. So that's what me.
Okay. What about you, Keswa? You have message for everybody?
I don't know.
Let's greet everybody. Happy International Women's Day.
Be a woman, be who is strong and good heart and noble because she is truly noble in a woman because becomes a wife and a mother because heaven is heaven under mother fault
Mm.
and yeah, just
Okay. Thank you, Keswa. What about you, Nerissa? What's your message?
My message is because I've been in a very, very long journey. So I just say my own quote.
Mm.
Every successful person has a painful story, and every painful story will find its successful ending. And that's how I am now, because I could not ask for anything more, and I will not be here if I did not succeed.
Okay. Yes. Very good. Thank you, ladies. And with that, I would like everybody to leave with this. Go ahead and tell me that I am not good enough. Tell me that I can't do it because I will show you over and over again that I can.
Yeah,
Thank you,
we can
everybody.
do it.
Thank you, ladies,
Thank you very much.
for being with me tonight. And to all our viewers, thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Good night,
you. Thank you very
everyone.
much. Have a lovely
Bye.
night
Bye.
to everyone.
How to
Bye.
say good night, Keswa in Indonesia? How to say good night?
Bisu-bisu.
selamat malam.
Salamat malam.
Malam.
Selamat malam.
Salam.
Okay. Salamat
Salamat
malam.
Magandang
malam.
gabi sa lahat.